How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be answering the question if this 2004 Porsche Cayenne S is still relevant today. The Porsche Cayenne S has a few really interesting things going for it. It has a big old V8. It has an incredible four-wheel drive system that's better than a lot of cars today. And the interior is as comfortable and as classy as can be. The Cayenne S comes with a 4.5 liter V8, and it pushes right around 340 horsepower and about 310 foot-pounds of torque. Now, more importantly than the power numbers itself, this thing puts power to the ground in a really interesting way. It has a dual range transfer case, essentially giving it extremely low four-wheel drive in this constant all-wheel drive system. And that's why you'll actually notice a lot of people build these into overland builds. These are incredibly capable off-road. And it's just as impressive how well it stops. These brakes are powered by Brembo, and there's 6 piston calipers in the front and 4 piston Brembos in the rear. Now, before we tour the inside of this Porsche, let's go ahead and start it up and let's hear how it sounds. Now, I've driven a lot of SUVs in my time, and a lot of them being performance SUVs. And given the age of this car, this interior is pretty impressive. Now, there's a few features in this interior that I actually find really impressive. And the first thing is just how I feel sitting in the cockpit of this Porsche. Everything is easy to touch right here. It's all smooth and soft. The leather, for being as old as it is, it's actually really soft and supple. So it feels really comfortable actually to sit in. It doesn't feel like a 20-year-old car. You have a full-on Bose sound system. You have memory power adjusting seats. You have navigation. There's just so much more modern technology that you even don't see in some cars today. So the best part about this interior, other than just the comfort and luxury feel that it brings, is going to be some of the performance that you have in here. This is the switch right here that's going to be controlling the differential and overall off-road capability. And who doesn't love a power sunroof? The back seats are comfortable, plenty of room to stretch around, and again, that just soft, supple leather, which blows my mind at how good and comfortable this feels. Now, in the back here, you have a decent amount of room. You got about 19 cubic feet of space, and these seats here fold almost completely flat, which gives you over 60 feet of cubic space for cargo. Now is the time. Let's go ahead and take this Porsche on a test drive, and I'll let you know what I think. Now, first impressions on the Porsche Cayenne S. Given that it is now, what, 21 years old? It's not a new car by any means, but I will say the suspension and the overall way that this feels is actually smoother than a lot of cars that I've driven that have been built a lot more recently than this. And I'm familiar, I've driven several older, cars. I've owned a few, and just the way that this feels is so much more put together than almost all cars that I've driven kind of this era. I love the adjustable seats in this, that it's all power, it's all easy to operate. Feels a lot more modern than it is. And I think that's just due to, you know, Porsche, when they came out with this was really kind of a new segment at the time, coming into a performance SUV. There's a ton of them out nowadays, but when this first came out, Porsche really kind of shocked the world with this, putting the big V8 in the SUV, giving it a little more performance, a little more of a kind of wow factor that we hadn't really been around during that time. Now this Porsche, it puts down power so smooth. The big V8 really helps it to be smooth, not jarring, and it gives you a lot of torque down low as well, which people that off-road these just absolutely adore. Super smooth shifting, and I've had zero issues with any clunks or noises or anything like that. It's really just been a smooth, you know, kind of powerhouse of a car. I bought this from about an hour or so away, and instead of shipping it, I just chose to drive it back. So I've driven this over, golly, at this point I've probably driven it 4 or 5 hours or so, and it's just been smooth as butter. Haven't had any issues with it. I'm really trying to think about what kind of the main complaints that I would have about this car would be. The main one that I can think of, most Porsche Cayenne owners or Porsche enthusiasts know about on these, is the headliner. The headliners on these in the rear, they always droop down, and a lot of people will just kind of tack or pin them up, because the unfortunate thing is it's more of a design issue. So if you replace it, you know, even with an OEM, you know, new headliner, it's not going to be very long that it falls down again. A lot of them I've seen start falling down like 20,000 miles and the headliner's falling apart. It's just an unfortunate thing, you know, with the design of this, the 955. But a lot of people look past it, given the amount of performance that you can get, and then also the comfort of the interior as well. Well, I gotta say too, this thing sounds actually not too bad. Let's go ahead and try and get an audio clip. It's not too bad. That V8 does make some thunderous, nice noises that I do really appreciate. Steering feels sharp and smooth. Noise. I like it. It's not overbearing. It definitely does have a really big muffler on it to kind of tone down the noise that it makes, but it still sounds kind of deep, throaty, and aggressive, while not being like overbearing for being something that, you know, is being daily driven. It's smooth, it's capable, and it's one heck of a drive. This is the Porsche Cayenne S. Till next time, everybody, cheers.